This tutorial is going to go over how to create Dropbox assignments and grading rubrics in D2L. If you're trying to create a Dropbox for your student assignments, you're going to start at Assessments, select that drop down, and then go to Dropbox. You see I already have my week 1 assignment in for my Dropbox folders. I'm now going to create one for week 2. So I'm going to go up to New Folder to create a folder for students to turn in their week 2 assignment. So that's what I will title it, is week 2 assignment. There you have instructions that you can place for this folder, and then if you need to add any attachments or audio. So here you'll see that they give you the option if you want an individual or group assignment, and then if you need to choose a group category, that's an option. The next thing is your submission type. So I'm going to want this as a file submission, but if I select this drop down, you see there are other options. You can have it where they can only have one submission per user or unlimited. And then you can have the other options for your submission. Now the originality check is linked with turnitin.com, which is a plagiarism detector. So when your students do turn in their assignments from their file submission, this will create a report that's giving a level of the information that's in that file if it's been replicating, showing any type of plagiarism. So you can check that off if you want that result placed with each submission. Next, you can choose your category. You see that I already had one for weekly assignments. There could be several categories that you create. I'm going to select weekly assignments, but you see to the right you have the button if you need to create a new category. And then you can have your evaluation and feedback where you have a score and your total points. I'll just put 15. Because I know I'm going to link a rubric to this assignment. You have the option of putting a grade item in if you want a student view preview. As I said, I am going to place a rubric to attach with this assignment. So you can either create a new rubric by selecting this hyperlink to create a new window. What I'm going to do is use my existing one. So I'm going to click for the weekly reflective essay rubric, and I will show you in the next clip how that was created. But I'm just going to do add selected, and then you can just look down and select all of the other things necessary for your assignment. You'll see at the bottom you have your grade mark that's available to your students if you want to place a date. And then you also can enable a couple other things, including grammar check. You can select a handbook if necessary, dictionary options, all of those things. When you are completed, you can hit save and close. Now you'll notice that I do have my week 2 assignment that is right there below week 1. In order to create a rubric, you'll be starting by selecting the assessment drop-down and going to rubrics. Once you're here, you can either search to see if you can use a previously created rubric, or you can choose from your drop-down at the bottom. But if you would like to start a new one, you would be selecting the new rubric key. Once you're here, you can name the rubric that you'll be using. And then at the bottom, you'll see for the type, you can do either holistic or analytic. I'm going to choose analytic. You can also choose if you would like the standard points, or with each criterion you can use custom points. And then you can select the order if you would like from least to greatest, or the opposite, greatest to least. So you'll see a couple keys down here at the bottom. You'll see the plus signs on each side of the levels. This is to add a level at either end. If you wanted to add level 5, you can hit that. It will create a new level. And then you'll notice that all levels can be renamed, and you can put what you would like for each criteria. You can also edit the points for those, but these that are at the top, if you select your scoring just for points, it's going to stay consistent throughout your rubric. If you would like it to change with each criterion, you'll have to go up here and change it to custom points. Next, you'll go on ahead, you'll write each criteria for your rubric, and then the descriptions at the bottom of each selected tab. Once you have that for each one, you can hit for next, and you can do another criterion until you have all of those placed. You'll notice at the bottom also you have an overall score. So if you want to give a level of achievement for your students, you can create those settings. What I'm going to show you is a created rubric that I've already completed for one of my assignments. So I'm going to close out of this one, and I'm going to go to my weekly reflective essay rubric. So as this is completed, you'll see that I already put my topic. This is analytic. I did custom points. So I did delete a couple of those cells. So I only have 3, and I renamed them expectation, needs revision, or no evidence. I placed my criteria, and you'll notice that I do have consistently a total of 5 points, but if I needed to change, I could go in those cells to change them. So this is totaling the 15 points. I did put my overall score for my students to know if they had expectation, needed improvement, or if it was an insufficient assignment score. You'll notice also at the bottom you have a option tab where you can hit for it to expand, so you can check if you want it visible to students, if you want it hidden from students, or if you want it hidden until feedback is published. You can also hide scores for students. You'll notice there's a couple other options at the bottom. But once you're completed, once you press close, your rubric is saved.